Live from WTVO 17 and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The suspect who led police on a high-speed chase that ended in gunfire is released from the hospital. Investigators provide an update on the officer-involved shooting of Tyrese Jones. Aspiring healthcare providers in the state line get a hands-on introduction to working in the field, the volunteering experience that benefits everyone involved. And Illinois Democrats argue the more you make, the more you should pay. A breakdown of the fair tax amendment facing voters on the ballot this election. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson is off tonight. We'll get to those stories in just a moment, but as Candice mentioned, snow is falling in the state line. Let's go back over to the Weather Center. Candice, how's it looking out there?
Yeah, you know, the good news for us, Mimi, kind of a lot of this beginning to wrap up. Started off as a couple of light showers, even some sleet kind of initially mixing in as that temperature started off above the freezing mark. But as some of that snow began to move in from the west, we actually had our temperatures fall, allowing more of that transition. And within that, we actually had a few heavier bands of snow coming down. As I mentioned, most of this now coming to an end and kind of pushing here to the east of I-39. You are still going to notice a couple bands of a little bit more moderate snow, maybe out towards central DeKalb County, just north of DeKalb, right around the Sycamore area. Kind of a mix once you get in towards Genoa and just off to the east as this continues to push out towards the eastern suburbs. Now, even though radar not showing a lot back behind that, we are still going to see a couple of flurries and a few lighter snow showers that'll likely continue through about 8, 9 o'clock this evening with mostly cloudy skies there staying after. Notice visibility has come up quite a bit in some spots, back up close to that 10-mile visibility, which is an improvement from where it was just a couple hours ago. Still, though, with a couple of flurries coming down here in Rockford, that visibility down to about 2 miles. Now, with those temperatures close to the freezing mark, there might be a couple of slick spots, Mimi, on the roadways here this evening, so just keep that in mind if you are heading out. As I mentioned, skies will turn mostly cloudy here as we head through the overnight and into Tuesday. Now, we've got a big climb in that temperature later this week. I'll have more on that and the risk for even some thunderstorms coming up later in the first warn forecast. Mimi?
All right, we'll check back with you. Thanks, Candice. The man shot by a Rockford police officer earlier this month is released from the hospital. Investigators say Tyrese Jones was discharged Sunday. On October 2nd, police attempted to arrest Jones on an outstanding warrant. Investigators say he led officers on a car chase that ended in gunfire. Winnebago County State's Attorney Marilyn Height-Ross says Jones is currently able to walk with assistance.
I believe that the details of his health at this time is better left to his family members, but I can tell you that he has been released and is in custody at the Winnebago County Jail.
Jones is currently being held at the county jail on outstanding charges, including aggravated domestic battery and aggravated discharge of a firearm. His bond is set at $90,000. If released, Jones is not allowed to have a weapon and cannot have contact with 3 women. He's due back in court November 24th. A Rockford man's behind bars after police say he stabbed 2 people. This happened just after midnight Sunday on Ogleby Road near South Main. Officers say multiple people were arguing before one victim fell to the ground, suffering a life-threatening stab wound. Police also located a woman with similar injuries. She's doing okay. Investigators say Andre Cotton tried to run away from the scene but was tracked down by a Rockford Police K-9. He's charged with attempted first-degree murder and aggravated domestic battery. Winnebago County health officials say the rolling COVID positivity rate has surpassed 12%. That's after 525 new cases are confirmed over the weekend, bringing the county total to over 8,700. Winnebago County Health Department Director Dr. Sandra Martell recently addressed voting amid the pandemic. It is considered essential in Illinois. Martell says masks and social distancing will be required while voting in person, but residents and candidates should use alternate forms of voting and campaigning when possible.
I encourage us to consider virtual town halls, drive-through, drive-ins to get the message out, but most importantly, to get the vote in.
Region 1 has been over the 8% positivity rate threshold since September 28th. Dr. Martell also announced closure orders for 2 more establishments, Latham Tap West Bar and Grill and Golden Corral in Rockford. A state-line nonprofit that helps feed the area's homeless gets a helping hand themselves from aspiring nurses. Michelle Rave has more on a program that participants and recipients are calling a win-win.
Typically, you would see more than one volunteer in the donations room at Carpenter's Place, but the COVID-19 pandemic has created a new set of challenges for the nonprofit.
One of the adjustments that we had to make with the COVID restrictions was limiting the number of people in the building. And so, of course, that meant eliminating our usual volunteer staff. Probably 20 to 30 volunteers when we include those who came in to help serve breakfast and lunch, do laundry, do office work. So having that not possible anymore really made a big difference here.
One partnership that has benefited the nonprofit is with Northern Illinois University School of Nursing.
It's really set up as what I call a win-win situation.
Nandini Patel is a nursing student volunteer. She says hands-on experience like this one are beneficial.
The hands-on experience is really, I guess, essential because when we become nurses, we aren't going to do anything on the computer. So I guess it gives us the opportunity to interact with people regardless of there being a pandemic or not.
Our guests really enjoy and appreciate having people from the community here. It's just a wonderful support system for our guests and for our staff. Yeah, we love having volunteers here.
Just having that personal connection with people and actually doing the work and doing the teaching and interacting with people, really get too comfortable with it. So when you are a nurse, you aren't struggling.
Reporting in Rockford for your home team, I'm Michelle Rave.
This year's presidential election has already broken records for voter turnout. Illinois' fair tax amendment is one of the controversial questions getting a lot of attention. Elliot Grandia sat down with a political scientist from NIU who explains what it is and how a fair tax would impact Illinois residents. Eyewitness News is your local election headquarters.
You may have heard of the Fair Tax Amendment. It's a bill proposed by Democrats pushing for a graduated income tax where the more you make, the more you'll pay in taxes. Right now, the state's income system is run under a flat tax. It's where every income level is taxed at the same rate.
The idea is that if you have a small incremental change in the rate for the very top income earners, that actually, although there are fewer of them, that actually generates a lot more revenue than if you raise everybody's taxes.
Now, it's not a new concept. In fact, according to NIU professor Dr. Kurt Thurmeyer, a majority of states, including our neighboring states of Iowa and Wisconsin, have a fair tax or a progressive tax, as it's sometimes referred to as.
Iowa, for example, their top rate is 8.5%. So every state's different. They have different brackets.
In Illinois, the current 4.95% flat individual income tax rate would be transformed into a 6-rate tax, with rates ranging from 4.75 to 7.99%, depending on what you make. So here's a breakdown of the proposed tax rates. As you can see, anyone making between $10,000 and $100,000, you'd be taxed 4.9%. Now, if you make between $100,000 and $250,000, you'd be taxed 4.95%, or the same rate Illinois taxpayers are currently paying across the board. If a single filer makes between $250,000 and $350,000, well, their rate jumps to 7.75%. If passed, those new rates would take effect January 1st, but could those rates be changed? The answer is yes, but Dr. Thurman says those changes would likely be minimal.
You cannot have a much higher tax on that middle class than the surrounding states because of the competition. People could move to a different state.
Reporting for your local election headquarters, I'm Elliot Grandia.
It's not yet set in stone how the tax money generated would be used. Also, the professor says the proposal would not tax retirement income. Survivors of domestic abuse can continue to safely reach out for help thanks to a donation. Northwest Bank donated $6,000 to the Rockford Family Peace Center. It comes from a grant from the Federal Home Loan Bank of Chicago. The money's used to provide relief for diverse communities hit hardest by the coronavirus. Family Peace Center managers say the nonprofit fits that description after COVID concerns canceled 4 fundraisers this year.
Those dollars are critical in keeping our doors open, keeping our lights on, and so the generosity of places like Northwest Bank allow us to kind of make up what we lost out on in fundraising events this year.
The Rockford Family Peace Center has served nearly 90 people since opening in July.
Now, your first warned weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candice King.
Well, we're going to trade in some of our fall scenes, I should say, for more snowy scenes for this Monday afternoon. A little bit more of a winter-like look out there for a lot of us. Debbie from South Beloit captured this snowy scene from earlier today. And some of you guys, a lot of you actually sharing those pictures, the video of those big snowflakes coming down here earlier this afternoon. The good news for us, a much improved view out there on our Mercedale Skytrack camera now out to looking to the east over downtown Rockford. At times, visibility was down to as low as half a mile as some of those heavier snow bands were coming in. And just within the last 15 minutes, visibility improving here in Rockford, now up to 5 miles, 7 miles in Freeport, up to 10 in Monroe. We're seeing that improve back off to our west, which means that snow starting to taper off. Now, for some, maybe you just had a couple of snowflakes mixing in, especially to the south and to the east. But look how quickly that begins to wrap up here just over the last hour or two. But as I said before, we had some heavier snow bands coming down. Now still some lighter rain showers just now moving out closer to Chicago. Still a couple of flurries that linger over far northeast Walworth County. And we will see a few flurries or a brief light snow shower at least through about 8, 9 o'clock, but no impacts or no more accumulation expected. Most of that was on grassy surfaces as the snow came down. On the roads and on the pavement, it did melt. Now, our earliest snowfall, measurable snow, occurred back on October 3rd, 1951. Record snow for today, 7/10 of an inch. That was set back in 1989 here at the station. On our snowboard, measured half an inch of snow. So that was on the grassy surfaces. If we look back to when we first had our measurable snow over the last 5 years, last year was on October 29th, 2018, all the way through November 9th, 2016. Our first measurable snow didn't come until December 4th. Now, with that, and even though the snow is kind of coming to an end, temperatures are still hovering around the freezing mark. So there might be a couple of slick spots on some of the roadways, especially those bridges and overpasses, as that temperature sits at 32 in Freeport and Galena, 33 right now in Monroe, 36 in Rockford, and 34 our temperature in Rochelle. We won't see those numbers go up much here for us tonight, but we really won't see them fall back too much here this evening. But again, over the next couple of hours and as we begin to cool things, there may be a few slick spots just on some of the more less traveled roads. Once we get done with this batch within the next hour or two, that's pretty much going to be it. Skies will stay mostly cloudy through tomorrow morning. We do hold on to the cloud cover though through the better part of the afternoon. So don't look for much sunshine on Tuesday. Now there is kind of another warm front that'll pass to the north of us in Wisconsin. That will bring rain and snow north of the state line. Cold front then comes in Tuesday night, slight chance for some showers. Most of our Wednesday is looking dry, but the temperatures, they continue to rise. Could see some showers and thunderstorms late Wednesday into Thursday. Look at that, Mimi, 70s by Thursday afternoon, but those temperatures for the weekend will come crashing right back down.
It's just nice to see a 70 up there again. Thanks, Candace.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Leber.
The Bears woke up this morning all alone in first place in the NFC North, even if it doesn't quite feel like they're in first place. I give the defense all the credit in the world for playing great football yesterday at Carolina. And the Bears have a kicker in Cairo Santos. Sorry, Eddie Pinheiro, but you're probably not seeing the field again this year if Santos stays healthy. But it's the subpar play of the offense that has this season feeling like the Rex Grossman 2006 Bears season all over again. If it ends in another Super Bowl trip, though, the Bears and their fans will take it. Matt Nagy and Nick Foles keep saying the offense will get better with time and more reps for Foles. I would assume it would improve a little, but not much. The offensive line without James Daniels is mediocre at best. the quarterback play is wildly inconsistent. This offense lacks big play threats, and Nagy's play calling is still debatable. This offense just doesn't have a lot of upside. The defense is going to have to keep playing great, especially with some tough opponents coming up, the Rams, Saints, and Titans. Now, as for the Packers' loss to the Buccaneers, if you're a Packers fan, you couldn't believe your eyes. It's like in one game, all the good that was accomplished the previous 4 games evaporated. It's hard to explain how out of sorts Aaron Rodgers and the offense looked against the Buccaneers. I believe it was just one of those days where they simply didn't have it, and they'll bounce back. I chalk this one up more as a great game by the Buccaneers, a game where they arrived as a legitimate championship contender in the NFC. In fact, if the defense keeps playing as good as it did yesterday, the Bucs just might be the favorites in the NFC. And then there's James Robinson. He had a touchdown catch yesterday for the Jaguars against the Lions, but our Rockford guy was held to 29 yards rushing. In the last 2 weeks, he's totaled 77 yards rushing on 36 carries. That's an average of 2.1 yards per carry. His rushing numbers could continue to suffer on a bad team that's always going to be battling from behind and forced to abandon the run. The Jaguars have lost 5 straight games, and they have a brutal schedule coming up with games against the Texans, Packers, Steelers, Browns, and down the road the Ravens and Bears. Hang in there, James.
Well, the snow we had from earlier today coming to an end. Mostly cloudy skies for us tonight.
Thanks, Candace, and thanks for watching. We'll see you again at 6.